Hey everybody, Mr. Ben Burns here for the future. Listen, I'm sure that you've recognized that it is not the same world out there than it was just a few months ago. And we've heard from many of you that you're starting to experience the financial impact of this crisis. It's starting to hit home. So we invited our good friend Errol Gerson onto the show. Errol is a CPA. He's been an educator for decades, and he's a business consultant. We invited him on to talk about ways that you can use to reduce your expenses and survive the financial crisis. But one of the pieces of advice that he gave was kind of special because it didn't just apply to this moment in time. It extended beyond the crisis, and it's something that you can use in pretty much any situation. I'll let Errol explain.
It's very possible and more than likely that in fact your revenue has gone down. So what do you have to do? You have to be 100% proactive, and you have to literally make a call to every single client you currently work with and or have ever worked with and say to them a simple sentence: what can I do to help you? Rather than saying, have you got any work for me? Because my friends, if you make a call and ask for work, you immediately psychologically make a person feel as if they're on the spot, and they become defensive and psychologically are put in a position where more than likely they're going to not look kindly at your request. However, if you do the opposite, and I believe strongly in the contrarian view of management, but I believe that if you offer to help people, you'll be seen in a completely different light. I want to give you an example. A week ago, a student of mine needed to contact a very large entertainment company in Las Vegas who puts on huge virtual concerts. And she reached out in LinkedIn and said, hi, I'd like to meet you. I need your help. Surprise, surprise. She got no response. So she reached out to me and said, what do I do? I said to her, why don't you offer to help instead of asking for something? She said, well, what could I do? And then I explained to her about a remarkable thing called Live Aid that happened 15 years ago with Robin Williams and Whoopi Goldberg, where they raised hundreds of $millions for people in need. And I said to her, write him a message that says, I have an idea how your company can create the first live concert that will help people with the coronavirus. Within less than a day, the person reached out to her, and now they've got a conversation. You see, when you offer to help, you are seen psychologically as someone I want to be involved with. When you ask me for something, I psychologically immediately put up all of my barriers because I'm dead scared of having to say that horrible word no to you. So I just give you that as an insight. Please, my friends, offer to help. Don't ask for something. Many of you have been to networking events, and what happens? You have people coming up to you with a business card, asking you, how can I help you? No, they ask you, have you got any work for me? And then what happens? You make an excuse to turn right and get away from them as quickly as you can.
Positioning yourself as an asset to others is always going to put you on sure footing when you're approaching people for new work. It's all about communicating your value to that potential client. Now, this was just a small piece of the conversation between Errol and Chris. And if you'd like to see more, you can watch the full extended version for free on our website. We're also going to give you some resources that Errol gave us to give you. They're all going to be on that page. Just head to thefuture.com or click the link in the description below. We'll see you there.